Hey guys, What If here. Welcome back to NASCAR Thunder 2003 for race 36 of 36, the finale. We're finally here. It felt like it came up or crept up fast, but I mean we've been doing this for like 3 months just about, so I guess it feels not as longer than it should. I don't know, but we're here. So obviously we won a championship. We dominated since race 6 or 7 when we got the point lead and really never looked back. It started off pretty challenging, and then it just kind of slowly divulged into kind of the same old, just not nearly as dominant. Dale Jarrett second in points, Mark Martin third. You may be wondering where Jeff Gordon's at. He has fallen apart in these last 5 races. He went from being third in points down to 7th, and he's really not going to go any further back. So, yeah, he's locked in for 7th at the bare minimum. He might get 6th if Stewart has a bad race, but he's not going much further than 6th, so be interesting to see how that develops. A top 10, relatively close. Rusty's still about 45 points out. Rudd's 12th, which is breaking the curse of him being 13th. So maybe that'll change after Homestead. Who knows? But either way, we're leading in just about every category. Wins, top 5s, top 10s. Not an average start, but definitely an average finish, and etc. So we'll see what we can do and how we can wrap this season up and just go what we can do. I don't know, just either way, going with the Rubbermaid forward, and that's it. I don't think there's any else recap or anything. Let's just get into it. Thank you to my tier 2 Patreon people, as well as my YouTube member support channel. Appreciate it. Early access videos, as well as this and other videos, as well as channel emails from my live stream. It's more than just one video that's like early access. I have a couple of season mode stuff, and probably even when this is up, like NASCAR Thunder 04 stuff might begin. So that's kind of exciting. So yeah, there's that, as well as channel emotes and all that, emojis for my live stream. So those are them perks. Let's get into this finale of NASCAR Thunder 2003. So car setup, default as always, and has mostly been that, except for like race 4 or 5 in the season. But even then, those really didn't help us win, and we kind of ran those later in the year with Darlington and Atlanta, and we only got like top 10. So it did help, but not nearly as much as one would think. But yeah, we're not doing any of that shenanigans. So there's not really much else to show, so let's have MRN take it away for the final time. I'm saying final time lock because it is literally that, but I'm just reestablishing it to just be now annoying. My mouse is on the screen. Hi.
Welcome to the Homestead Miami Speedway for today's NASCAR Winston Cup race, the Homestead 400. Barney, with this being a fairly new racetrack, these drivers don't have the notes to look back on like they do at other racetracks. What do you think we'll see in this one?
Well, these flat, wide tracks don't allow for much passing. The problem is that the corners have so little banking that these cars never can really gain any speed or momentum to make a pass. Running out front is where you want to be all race long if you can.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. comes here with a top 10 finish average on the speedway tracks this year.
Well, that's right, and I think he will have an excellent run in this one as well. I spoke to the crew chief this morning, and he assured me that they have a very fast hot rod.
Jeremy Mayfield really needs a good finish in this race. He's got a long way to go on the points list.
Well, there's always going to be someone who has to fill in the bottom of the points list. Of course, none of these guys want to ever see their name there. Sometimes it's just not your season to shine.
Kurt Busch hasn't run well in his qualifying attempts at the speedways this year.
And let me tell you how frustrating that is to a driver. Starting in the back of the pack all the time is kind of like only being able to drive at rush hour. You know where you want to be, but that car in front or beside of you is always in your way.
Nice introduction. I don't know how true that is of Dale Jr.'s top 10's speedway thing is. I have not kept track. Maybe someone at home can tally that up for me. I don't know. But, yeah. Good introduction. No shenanigans. Nothing really wrong or egregious. No lies. Maybe there's a lie with the Dale Jr. thing, but something, since it's something so specific, maybe it's right. I don't know. But either way, 26 laps, P43. And we don't got too much time to get up to the field, so we got to go. And I guess a little bit of a recap for this track, or just how it drives. It's fun to drive. Funner than one would think, getting around here. There's a lot of just off-throttle time, and there's a lot to be gained off the corner. I don't even know if the AI really check up at all out the corner, but we just get such a massive run going in and out of the corner that it's just quite despicable. Despicable me? I don't know. That really doesn't work. We got a good run off that corner. But yeah, nice couple spots gained. It's just stay on the bottom, gain spots. And Mark Martin was on pole, so he's on fire lately. If we were doing if this was like a modern day playoff race, then Mark Martin would be leading the championship right now. And my 19 wins at this point in the season will definitely get me in the Final Four, but it really don't mean a whole lot in the final race. You imagine that? Better times. I mean, granted, real life situations are very rarely where the point leader has 20 wins and 600 points. Maybe 200 or 300 points, but yeah, I don't know. But either way, we're getting up to the field nicely. Good stuff. It's weird that we're finally at this point in the career mode, season mode. See, I'm still used to saying career mode. It's just so ingrained into my brain. But yeah, it's just weird that we're finally here in the season mode to be at the end of this journey. And what I've learned, unless it's the emulator and just the controller, and maybe it's just easier to drive? I don't know, because I remember on PS2 being brutally hard with season mode. That's why I was making such a big point of it being difficult, but it really hasn't been that, and I don't know why. It also seems like you can really hold the stick left and the car doesn't get loose. I guess it varies from track to track, because in this one, I can almost just full lock to left and nothing bad happens. Maybe we're just not going fast enough for that to happen. But I really haven't noticed. I mean, it sort of happens, but it seems like maybe on the PS2 it's just a lot harder. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just imagining things, or I've gotten better than I originally thought. I don't know. But yeah, I was just so sort of deceived in some capacity. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's late. But yeah, we're just about on the top half of the field. The plan is to pit after halfway around lap 14. That seemed to be kind of the magic number from what I saw in practice, because for whatever reason, this car is just really good on short and long runs, so we can actually get away with hitting a little bit later. So, yeah, I really have been fortunate enough to win. I think a lot of things need to go its way for that to occur, which I've just yet to actually experience. So, shockingly, to conclude this season, might be a race where we don't win. And that's going to be make a lot of people happy. It might make me upset, because it'll be cool to get like just even 20 wins, just for my own OCD sake. But we'll just see where the cards fall. So far, we're getting up to the field as quickly as I was thinking. Everything's going according to plan. The only thing that's going to mess us up is the pit crew completely messing it up and having a terrible stop or something. That's really the only thing, which has been kind of my crux this entire season. If my pit crew just had normal pit stops, probably would have had top 10s in almost every race. Well, that or there's like the AI checkups and stuff to happen on pit road, which I think happened in 2 of the 4 races. So maybe not in every race, but just about every race we've had almost pretty much top 10 speed in some capacities. Just like right now, we're about to hit the top 10. Top 9's falling back, nothing new there. Didn't even see any alternate schemes for this race, so that's extra boring. I do find it funny that even in the commentary thing, they were talking about how it was hard to pass and everything. Almost like as if, what I was thinking about this track back in the day when I was very young wasn't really a great track. It probably was, at least until the repave, or the reconfiguration, and repave. This would probably be a massive step down in terms of a championship finale track. You go from Atlanta, which is like a quintessential 1.5 miles. I know it's 1.54. I know it's not exactly a 1.5 miles, but kind of like a quintessential 1.5 miles type track. That's pretty good. And you go to this, and it's just like, what the hell is this shit? Was this the Phoenix of back then? Minus the dumb dog leg? Was it like that? I don't know. Is history repeating itself? Am I just going nuts? I don't know. But yeah, we're up to P11, and thankfully the AI giving me a lot of room. Like, we're just able to just kind of hug the bottom lane here, get a really good launch off the corner, gain spots. I mean, Now we're getting into the chill part of the race. We're just about there. Once we pass road, it'll start getting a little bit easier just because, well, I mean, not a little bit easier, we just have a little bit more breathing room. But, yeah, we just had to take our time, get through the corners. He's giving me a lot of room, a lot of respect. I almost didn't give him respect, or as I almost hit him, but we're good. P9. We copped this small pack of cars. Jeff Gordon, for once, is actually having a good run. He's had a couple of nasty last few races where he's DNF'd 2 races in a row. Now he's trying to end out the season at least on a top 5 note. One thing with this track, it's wide. These corners are wide. It just feels like you're turning forever. So that's... Bobby, I guess, was pitting. I did not know that. I'm sorry. Alright, well, good to know. He's actually faster going down pit road that way. How does that make any sense? The grip hacks is just... It's illegal. And now I'm upset. In all my practice runs, I never really saw the AI pit. Like, I never saw him go down the access road. So now I know that. It's just the same as Thunder of War. Because I guess by the time I'm up at the front, or at least by, like, top 5 or something, so the top 5 didn't pit, but Alright, I know that doesn't make sense of what I'm trying to explain, but usually by the time I'm up at the front, I've never really seen the cars pit in front of me. It's always them pitting behind me, so... I learned that lesson today, and that was a lot of time we lost. So because of that, probably cost us the race win. As minute as it may seem, that costed me the race. I already know it. For pitting this time, I'm not going down the access road because I physically cannot go that speed, so it'll literally just be better for me to just, you know, pit off the access road. I mean, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm trying to explain it, but might as well just better show it. See, that's what I mean. Oh, Marlin. I did not see him. Alright, we're good. We dodged a bullet. Oh, silver bullet. I made a good pun and I wasn't even aware of it. Estimated time was 16 seconds. The pit crew get 15.7. Hey, they end out on a really strong note. And we got a yellow. Oh, that's bad timing. Are we a lap down? What happened? Oh, that's a bad wreck. Oh, Casey Atwood, Shauna Robinson, big problems. Oh, Shauna Robinson's on fire. Casey Atwood's upside down. What happened? Jimmy Spencer, that son of a gun. He just had to make this his last video game before NASCAR 06. He had to just make his appearance and just screw it up for me. Wow. All right, that completely threw me off. Now we're 12th. Are we a lap down on lead lap? Like, where are we? What? I don't know. Where are we running? We're still on lead lap. Okay, that's good. We only have 7 laps though. I mean, we're probably getting more debris yellows. But, yeah, I don't know if that caution really helps us or not. Maybe this is like a blessing. It gave Jeff Gordon a lead, so he needed that. But I don't know. I'm very confused. I guess we'll find out. This might be a good thing. Maybe Spencer sacrificed himself to give me a chance to win. I don't know. That'd be kind of freaky. But, alright, well, this game wanted to give me one crazy send-off. It did. It gave me one insane wreck. So, I appreciate it. I don't know how that actually transpired. Maybe with somebody, like, merging out of pit road while there was a car on track. That's happened before in Thunder 04, so maybe it's that. I'm trying to go 3 wide. We got fresh tires, so definitely have a lot more fresher tires than a good chunk of this field. So I like to think we should have the advantage. I mean, we got John and Jody up here, so maybe we should have, you know, we should be able to pass them. Will we have enough time to get to the leaders, though, is the other question. I don't really know. Action-packed race, though. Action just everywhere. Very rarely have I had to actually make a cut until just now. Good run into turn 1. Nice angle, nice entry. Gets the inside of Jarrett, no problem. Just keep it down the bottom here. We don't get arrow bubble thing with Labani. Perfect. Avoid all that. That's P5. Once we get by Newman, then it's, you know, the focus is on the leaders, which they're just in front of me. And then we can just run them down, just run the track normally. This car is really good, short or long runs, so this caution is really our biggest, it might be our biggest benefit. Win number 20 might still be on the table. Oh, we're closing. That was 4/10 gain that lap. Now, the only hurdle is just passing more AI cars. Try to get by without much of a hassle, though that is being a hassle passing Gordon, so that's a bit of a concern. But if we just make one pass per lap, we are calculating that and estimating that we should be able to pass Junior on the white flag. So that would be a nice quota to achieve. And again, the AI give me a lot of room. They're not really holding the bottom lane at all, so I'm able to just kind of attack. And maybe that was a bit of arrow push. I'm not really sure. That kind of sent me up the track, or maybe I was pushing it too much. I don't know. But we gotta get to Martin. Gotta get close to Junior here for the white flag. But again, that's another couple tenths gained. Just a good send into 1. Hold the bottom. Beautiful. The car is gripping. It's doing race car things. Should get a good launch off of 2. Clear mark. No problem. Beautiful. This guy's just set Junior up for this corner, and then we'll make the good corner here so we can set him up in 1 and 2. That's what I was trying to say. My limited English could barely process that, but yeah, just gotta set him up. We only have really one big opportunity. That was a good launch off the corner, get a good draft. White flag. Just give me the bottom. Just gotta nail this corner. Hold the bottom lane. Let the car roll. We'll get a good exit off the corner. It's okay. He's side by side, but we'll get a good exit. It's okay. It's okay. Fine. We're fine. And clear. Jimmy Spencer tried. I don't know if he was trying to help me or not, but it inadvertently helped me. Just gotta get through 3 and 4 just fine. I might have braked a little bit early, but we're okay. Someone's blowing up. Don't care. That's a dub. It took a lot to happen, but that's our 20th win in the finale of season mode. I mean, how fitting could that possibly be? Thank you, Jimmy Spencer. I don't know what he was trying to accomplish. That honestly helped me out more than anything, so thanks. I'm sure that wasn't his intent, but thank you. That's perfect. We win at Homestead. Kurt won at this track in real life in 2002. Not with this paint scheme, but, you know, he won in real life. And we get an even, soft, comfortable 20 wins. That was perfect. That was a perfect finale. I just can't believe we did it. At this track. And all my practice runs, which I did too. But, yeah, never really had a shot to win. It was always like a second or a third. But we didn't have a yellow, so wasn't really factoring that in. But, yeah, we just got lucky. Once again, why is it when I record, I get good luck? What is this? I don't know. I can't believe this happened one last time. We get to look at Winston Cup Girl's ass one more time. Honestly, I'm okay with that. Good stuff. But, yeah, we get the, NASCAR Cup Championship trophy. You really struggled to get that up, but to be fair, that probably looks like a 40-pound trophy, so. Man, I missed that type of trophy back in the day. I like how there was, like, 2 miniature ones, almost like to represent, like, Busch Series and Truck. And then you get the big one, so it's like it's neat. Instead of this, like, monstrosity trophy now where it's just, like, throw all the tracks on there. Even though some of the tracks are, like, outdated or something. Like, I don't know. Or some of the tracks aren't even on there. Like, I think there's Chicagoland or Kentucky still on it. I don't know. Whatever. But we win. We only led the last lap, but we led the most important one. Dale Jr. dominated. Mark Martin, good finish. Dale Jarrett, good finish. Sterling Marlin, good finish. Ryan Newman, not bad. Jeff Gordon fell apart again. He was leading with like 10 to go after that caution and fell apart. Did he? Where? 32nd. How? He was a lap down. Did he? Was he like a lap down car? No, there wouldn't be lap down cars up at the front because with 10 to go, everybody goes single file. Lap cars aren't with the leaders, so. Did he pit? Like, what? I don't know. Jeff Gordon's season collapse is going to be like a Darien video at some point. Because it's just embarrassing if this was like real life. I mean, he just, I was about to say crumble and tumbled. I merged, oh my God, I did it again. Crumble and tumbled into crumbled. Like, I don't even know what I was trying to say. And the DNF at the end, I'm assuming maybe was, I don't even know who that was, to be honest. But we did have DNFs. Shauna Robinson, Jimmy Spencer, who initiated all that, presumably, not only gets to stay on the lead lap, but gets to finish 24th. Go figure. But it was Jimmy Spencer that helped me win this race. So, I don't know. He's going to mention that in the Dale Jr. download that he was trying to sabotage the race to hurt me, but then it ended up not working, and he's going to try to, I don't know. Then he's going to switch and say, oh, I was trying to help him after all those times. I was trying to be a good guy. And it Kurt freaking been faster the next year, so fuck him. Like, I don't know. I'm making up my own narratives. I don't know. Ricky Rudd, top 8. Okay. I don't even know what to say. That was like a great finale. That's just perfect. I got no complaints. We're not going to top that. That is literally the best finale, unless it's like a great championship out. But in terms of a race, it was perfect. And with that, we move on to the next season. Here's our final points. We get our 20th win, 30 top 5s, 32 top 10s. Average finish is 3.9, which is a 1.1 worse of an average finish because NASCAR Thunder 02 is like 2.8, so this is 3.9, so it is a little bit worse. Not as much top 5s or top 10s or wins, but it's not much different. Dale Jarrett second in points. We even then we barely gained points on him, so he kept up a valiant fight all the way to the bitter end. So big respect to him. At least it's not 1,000 points; it's only 600. So there's that. Mark Martin rallied really well at the end, but still just kind of manages third. Same with Dale Jr. Jim John gets 5th, solid. Rookie of the Year winner, actually. Funny enough. Tony Stewart 6th. Jeff Gordon stays in 7th. Marlon was only 60 points away from him. He could have got there. Matt Kenseth 9th. Ryan Newman 10th. Rusty out by, 32 points? No, 68. Never mind. Well, I'm way off. Ricky Rudd still stays in 12th. 15 points ahead of Bobby Labonte. Bobby could not just finish ahead of him. Rudd finishes 12th. Breaks the curse of always finishing and finishing 13th in points. So he messes that up from Thunder 02. And Robbie Gordon, who gets his lone win, 18th in points. Johnny Benson, 19th in points. Beats Terry Labonte. Jim Spencer, 22nd. Kyle Petty, 24th. Jerry Nadeau and a Hendrick car, 26th. Yikes. Jeff Wordburn. Yeah, we'll go through the rest of the results here just because that's right at the end. Shauna Robinson beats Frank Kimmel and Casey Kane, who Kane continues to be an embarrassment this entire season and ends up finishing last, as he rightfully deserves to be in. And Shauna Robinson can at least say she was better than Casey Kane, so good for her. We'll look at the laps led one more time. 184 laps led. We were 7 away from tying, or maybe 9 away from tying it when we got in Thunder 03 or Thunder 02, so not as much, but still pretty close. Mark Martin gets 144. Dale Jarrett gets 111. Maybe the last person to get the over 100 laps led club. I'm not really sure, but Mark Martin, I don't know. Mark was second for a long time, but Jim John gets 3rd or 4th. Rusty 5th. Junior 6th. Jeff Gordon 7th. Rudd 8th. Rudd 9th, even though he only led 2 races, and 43 of those 48 came at Bristol, so take that with what you will. Tony Stewart 10th. Kenseth was up there. Marlin got some laps led. Scott Whitmer led a ton. Spencer led some as well. And then here's the rest of it. So at least of the 43 cars, 33 of them did end up leading laps at some point. I think Kyle Petty's maybe was at Sonoma, but I'm maybe thinking of Thunder 02. I don't know anymore, but there's that. Manufacturer award, Ford won, thanks to me. Jackpot 5, we got most of that, so we're just, badasses. Jim Johnson, I don't know why I keep saying Jim Johnson. This is Jimmy Johnson. This is back when he was good. 10 pulls. Damn. That's Ryan Newman stats right there. Rookie of the Year, as I was saying, Jimmy Johnson gets that. Weekly, we can go through all this, but for the most part, every week we were on this this thing here. We were always on the all charged up, except for Kansas. That's our first one, I noticed. But we were always having the all charged up. Surprised we got front runner, even though we started last. That's crazy. That just shows how we were dominating. Front runner all charged up and fast pace at Richmond. Not surprised. All charged up with Darlington. We're gonna probably always get all charged up. Surprisingly, at Kansas, we didn't get anything. So that's like the first race that ever, maybe the only race that's actually happened. Haven't really looked at all of this since race 3, so good to kind of scroll through this real quick. But yeah, Bill Elliott moved with the race. Okay. We went through all the points. We went through all this stuff. I don't think there's really a whole lot else to show. Average start, average finish, laps led, top speed. We got 203. Total laps. Can I sort that? What button is it? Yeah, sort that. So we did lead the most, or at least complete the most laps next to Kenseth. So interesting stat. I don't know if it shows. Can it show how much money earned, like divide that. Oh, you can. Okay. So yeah, we get 13 million. Second most is Mark Martin of figures. Mark Martin gets second in like everything. And then Dale Jr., etc. So cool. Cool you could sort all that. I appreciate that game. But yeah, that's it. That concludes NASCAR Thunder 2003. Weird to think we're here, but we're here, and now we get to move on to Thunder 04. Obviously, playing with that, because I know that game's gonna be like a lot easier. I'll try to get a lot of videos bulk recorded well in advance before the season even starts, so I can pump out like 5 a week and then have like 2 streams in between that. So the series will probably go on for like a month and a half, maybe. But it could change. Maybe I'll change my mind at some point. But point is, I just want to get through that as fast as possible. Because if we're just going to be winning so much, then I don't want to make people wait like 2 or 3 days in between uploads. I'd rather just knock them out and stuff. So I guess we'll see. And then we can get to NASCAR 5 and kind of, pace things a little more calmer. So we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. That's my general plan. We're going to wrap things up because this is it. This is it. Make no mistake where you... Okay, I'm done. Stop. We're done. So post-editor What If and current What If never showed the schedule and like who won races. I went through everything else. I didn't show the schedule and who won races and stuff. I'm stupid. So Mark Warren won the 500. That's cool. I like that. We won the Rockingham because of lap traffic. And then we went on what would be argued as our longest losing streak of this entire season. Vegas, Atlanta, Darlington, and then we won at Bristol. Then we won at Texas, and then we won at Martinsville. I knew we won Dega. And then we kind of went on a winning streak for technically 8 races, but technically 7-point races because there was an all-star race thrown in there. And, yeah. Oh, well, never mind. Rusty Wallace won. Okay, so it's, never mind. But yeah, we won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. Jeff Gordon won Pocono. Kenseth won the Brickyard. Robbie Gordon won Watkins Glen. We, got back to winning at Michigan. Didn't win at Bristol. Tony Stewart won at Darlington. We won at Richmond and New Hampshire. Junior won Dover. Mark at Kansas. We won at Talladega. And Marlon won at Lowe's. As you can kind of see, we're really winning a lot in like the middle part of the year, but then when we got to about halfway, we didn't really win as much. Weird how that kind of played out, but I think it's just how the schedule is just organically just presenting itself. I don't know. But yeah, and then right at the end of the year, we get a dub. So yeah, a lot of wins, obviously. Nice to have Mark Martin win a couple of races and all that. I mean, we can show all this too real quick. Mark's the only person that has the second most wins after me. So that's kind of interesting. A lot of people have just 1 win. Poor Jimmy doesn't even have a career win yet because we robbed it from him at Rockingham. Tony Stewart with 2. Jeff Gordon with just 1. Sterling Marlin with 1. Matt Kenseth with 1. Ryan Newman has 2. Rusty Wallace had 2. Ricky Rudd has 1. And I think after that, it goes to just Robbie Gordon. So that's all the winners in the season. So, there. Now, past What If, or I guess future me can let past me finish this all up now. Big shout out to my 2 or 3 Patreon supporters today for Channel 15, Kamikazegames, Bailey Carey, Mexican Lane 1986, Jason Hellman, and my name is John for his support. Again, I appreciate what you guys do for my channel every single month. It does me a lot. Always goes a long ways. I smack my hand on my knee because I'm really accentuating it. But thank you. I will see you all in Thunder 04, which is the last of the Thunder series, but not the last game with this Tiburon game engine thing that they were using, because they originally started using that in like Thunder 02, and they stopped using it after NASCAR 2005. So that's why I wanted to go from, and also it's Kurt's championship year, so I feel like I'm obligated to do that. So it's also both a mix of doing that season because of Kurt's championship year, and also doing that because it's the last game in this like Thunder engine that they were kind of using. So those are those 2. And then after that, I don't know what we'll do. Maybe that's when we'll do the World of Outlaws 2024 game or something. Stuff comes out in September, so by the time that season ends, it might be like, I don't even know. It might actually... 2005 might be going on as that game comes out. So that'll be hectic as shit trying to get all that stuff situated. But we'll see how close it gets. I don't know. We will find out together. Either way, I'm done. See you all next video, next series. See you all later. Also, I should mention too, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I don't say that enough. I don't want to... I don't know. I feel weird harping on it. But thank you for watching this series. I appreciate it. It's just kind of a... We're going to be looking back in this period of time just being like the dark days when there just wasn't like a new game NASCAR going to play, and there's just like nothing new, and there's... I mean, I guess there is things to look forward to, but right now there's just like nothing. So we're just kind of... Everybody's just sort of just scraping by, just doing stuff, and I'm like... I don't know. I'm kind of in the same boat. So... but just thank you. I appreciate it. We'll get out of this someday. There might be like 10 people watching this channel by that point, but thank you for sticking around. It will be over soon. Another freaking year. God have mercy. Another year and a half or something. I don't know, but year and 3 months. I don't know, but I don't know. Either way, I'm done. Sorry for rambling. See you all next episode. See you all later. Next episode of a new series. See you all later, and as always, have a good day, everyone.